What happened was you see this beautiful trailer, beautiful gameplay, it comes to final product and games look shit. What's happening guys, Gemma here and back again for another video, and it has been an awesome E3 2016. Some of you guys have been saying you're a little bit disappointed, but I am really happy actually. I wouldn't say I'm ecstatic, but I'm happy. Now in this video I want to talk about the classic console wars, Xbox One and PlayStation 4. For me guys, PlayStation, or rather Sony, destroyed Microsoft. Now, just want to give you some stats. I put out a poll on Twitter, ran it for 24 hours, 306 of you voted, 71% said that Sony destroyed Microsoft. Put it out on my Facebook group, the same thing happened. The majority of people, probably more than 71% actually on Facebook, said that Sony absolutely stole the show. Now I completely agree. I really enjoyed the way Sony not only kind of talked about the games, but they had such a nice, stellar presentation. You had the orchestra, it was game after game after game after game, and that is exactly what I wanted. Less of the waffle, more of the games. Now I'm like really excited. Probably my highlight was the Resident Evil 7, which by the way is available as a demo on the PSN for PS Plus members. If you guys are, your PS Plus, would go and check that out. Resident Evil 7 on the 24th of January, that's going to be dropping, also with VR mode. I'm kind of ambivalent, I'm on the fence with VR, not quite sure where I'm going to be going with it. I'm a little bit frightened to kind of dive into the VR world, so that doesn't intrigue me as much, but who knows, who knows. If you've tried VR by the way, let me know your thoughts in the comments. So Hideo Kojima made a really stark entrance as well on the Sony conference and introduced Norman Reedus in Death Stranding. Oh my god, it's going to be absolutely amazing. October onwards is going to be a really good month of games, not just for Sony. So Microsoft then, yes, it was good. It was good. I have a lot of respect for the Xbox One, but didn't really excite me as much. Tekken 7 coming out, or rather Tekken 7 Killer Instinct were involved in Microsoft's presentation. Gears, I've never really been a massive fan of Gears. I don't know why. I just don't know why. I know there's some hardcore group out there that are. The Xbox One S, now it's 40% slimmer, 40% the size of the original huge machine. And I often wondered why on earth did Microsoft make such a hideously large, ugly VHS 1990s looking console in the first place. Like, the PS4 just looks so much sleeker, so much more aesthetic, so much more today. So we've got the Xbox One S coming out. Again, not overly fussed. This tends to happen with consoles. It doesn't really do anything for me. It's about hardware for me. It's not really about aesthetics as much. I just don't know. It happens every year. Sony seem to go last on most E3 presentations, and I think that's the pinnacle spot. You think about the recency effect. You remember the first, the last, the shit in the middle. You don't really kind of remember much about. So Sony took the last spot of these kind of live E3 demos. We have Nintendo's kind of bit right on the end, but the power really came for Sony. Now, a couple of you guys have been saying you're really excited about the new Crash Bandicoots 1, 2 and 3 coming back out. You've got Crash Bandicoot, part of the Skylanders as well. There was absolutely loads. I did make some kind of notes in my phone, and what was interesting was they were showing quite a bit of gameplay. I know in the Bethesda conference a lot of people were dissing Prey 2, saying it's not gameplay, it's just a trailer. Well, yeah, I completely get that, and we can't always rely on what we see, because many a time, like with Watch Dogs, what happened was you see this beautiful trailer, beautiful gameplay, it comes to final product and games look shit. SEGA got slammed for that with Alien Colonial Marines. Watch Dogs, again, it happened, but it wasn't as much of a damnation. So Quantic Dreams, here we go. Quantic Dreams are back. If you've played Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, Quantic Dream, the French studios behind the thriller, the climatic thriller. And we're back, Detroit Become Humans. Looked amazing. Another game where choice is absolutely everything. It excites me, I'm ready for it. And again, a lot of people on Twitter were really, really hyped for it. So I just feel Sony had the better showing of games. I feel Sony had a better presentation. And I just feel Sony are definitely one to watch. Now guys, please intrigue me. If you didn't take part in that Twitter poll, don't be offended that this is almost kind of sounds like a Microsoft bashing, because it's not. I do love, I enjoy the Xbox One, but I love my PlayStation 4 a lot more. I've really tried to kind of go all out and be objective about this. You know, Gears looks great, I'll probably be buying it. There were some great indie titles that again just look really, really nice. I think the indie developers have really shot out the cannon over the last maybe 3 years. So it's definitely a part of gaming, a culture of gaming that has blossomed. It's no, you know, taking on these big giants like Quantic Dream and Sony as developers. God of War as well, I'm just kind of making sure we kind of really get a full picture here. Sony, Days Gone looks great. I mean, it's all there, it's absolutely all there. So, they smashed it. Presentation and plethora of games, Sony absolutely smashed it. Let me know what you think, guys. If you want to check out my website, I did a kind of summary on Bethesda as well, Bethesda's menu of games, which I'm really, really looking forward to play. Skyrim HD, although I would have preferred Oblivion, but nonetheless, the good things come to those that wait. So there we go, that's my kind of 2 cents on things. Thank you for the recent spate of subscribers, by the way. It's kind of been a bit crazy. I really love you guys, I love interacting, so hit me up on the social media links below. But for now, have a great day. It is 8 minutes past 8 on June the 15th as I film. My name's Gemma, take care, see you soon.